What's going on, y'all? It's your boy RP the Realist. I'm coming down with a little cold, so pardon my sniffles, my coughs, my sneezes, anything that I throw at you. But first things first, let's thank God for another beautiful day. Listen, y'all, it's 80-some degrees. It's September. I don't know if I should be scared or if I should just appreciate it for what it is. But second, I want you guys to do me a favor. Real quick, it only takes a minute or two. Let's just count our blessings. I don't know what type of day you're having, what type of week you had last week. I don't know what you're going through right now, but just take a minute to appreciate the little things, because the big things may not be happening yet, but the little things in life are always there. And if you just open your eyes and thank God for what's in front of you instead of, things that you don't have. You're somebody that thinks real negative all the time. Take a break from it. You're stressing yourself, you're hurting your mind. Take a break from the negativity and just appreciate the little things. And that's important, and I stress it because when I started doing that, it kind of activated my life. I started doing it, and once I seen that, let's say my family, for example, I was taking my family for granted, but when I started seeing it, I realized that I had a team in my corner better than Floyd Mayweather's team. I had a power team better than the Warriors, you know what I mean? And once you just appreciate the little, the people in your life, then you'll start to know that you got a base and support, and you just go from there. And that's what I want to take today, and just take a little time, because I feel like for the 30-something people that watch this, there's a couple people that's like, well, the area that you came from and you really haven't gone through anything, so why should we take your advice? Why should we listen to you? Who are you? And I agree with you. I wouldn't, if I ain't know nothing about me, I wouldn't take my advice either. But I want you guys to see me as clear as possible. I want to be as transparent as possible and give you guys a little something about me, but it also ties to today's message. So I want to take you guys, when I got out of high school, for some odd reason, I decided to go 4 hours away for college. And I have a reason. I wanted to grow up. I always been under my parents' wing. I always, relied on my parents for everything. So I wanted to grow up and go through my experiences. So I knew the consequences when I left, as soon as I left. So I get out there and I get a $2,000 refund check. Being young and dumb, I blew it ASAP. I got both semesters, I got a $2,000 refund check. I blew both of them, and the struggle hit me with a couple months into school. I say appreciate the little things, because I was out there. I know what it feels like to miss meals at night. I know what it feels like to go to sleep hungry, not go to sleep till 4 o'clock because your stomach is in so much pain. I know what it feels like to be wearing the same couple outfits for the whole semester, for the whole 2 semesters. I know what it feels like to go out with your friends and not be able to buy anything, or to take care of your bros. Listen, my motto, for those who know me, my motto is, if I eat, we all eat. And not being able to take care of anybody, that really hurt. Seeing my bros struggle and seeing my parents, sometimes they work as hard as possible. So why would I ask for their money? Why would I try to depend on them when they making their money and they working hard? And I'm just sitting there at school. And after a while, it started to get real discouraging, because I'm out here trying to do the right thing. I'm going to school, I'm going to college and furthering my education. And then you see people out on the gram, they got the chains and the cars and they got all of this money. They ain't go to school. They just doing the drug thing. And I'm gonna bring you guys back to my junior year of high school, and it got to me. I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people don't know, but what I was going through with, struggling with money and not having enough money to fill my tank up, having negative money, going negative in my bank account, it started to get to me. I'm not the type to ask people for help. So, I got a friend, I'm not gonna say no names, I got a friend, and I told him, I thought about doing some illegal things, and I told him, he got what he had to get from me. And I'm sitting in my room one night with him, and I'm just like, yo, this is not me. This is not who I am. I let my struggles and my circumstances affect who I was gonna be. Eric Thomas said that in one of his colleges, there was a mural on the wall, and it was a picture of slaves on one side and then doctors and astronauts and the successful part on the other side, and it said, who you are to be, you are now becoming. And I take that, the way I looked at it, it's good or bad. I decided to do some illegal things, and I'm sitting with it in my lap, and I'm just like, yo, this is not me. because I'm thinking about the consequences. Like, yo, if I get caught right now, like, yeah, the money will come quick. Yeah, I get the chain. Yeah, I get the girls. Yeah, I get the car. But is it really worth my freedom? So when I say take the little things, appreciate the little things such as freedom. You're gonna risk your freedom for a couple dollars and yeah, some girls and yeah, some cars, or you're gonna just stay on the right path and not let your circumstances affect who you are or who you're gonna be. Because if you do something today, I promise you it'll affect what you're gonna do tomorrow. And that's what I really want to hammer in today. Like, I know a lot of you guys can't choose the environment you're in. I know a lot of you guys are just, you grew up here, this is where your parents brought you, you're too young to do anything, but I promise you, it'll change if you just stay on the right path. If you keep on doing what you're doing, if you keep on going to school, like for me, I was in school, right? So I just had to realize, like, the whole illegal thing, that wasn't me, that's not how I was raised, that's not, my parents wouldn't have been cool with that. So, and it felt wrong all around. So I went to my homie the next day. I was like, bro, I can't do this. Sorry for the inconvenience. And I filled out a job application, got my first job that summer, and I stayed on the right path. I get to college, and remember I told you I was struggling. I was going to sleep without eating. I was real hungry. My stomach was hurting. I couldn't buy new clothes. I was wearing the same outfits every week, same 3 or 4 outfits every week. While I'm sitting here watching people, it got so bad I had to get off social media for a minute because I didn't want to see other people have what I couldn't have, or other people have what I couldn't give my homies and my family. So I got off social media for a minute and I thought about it again, the whole illegal situation. But the thing about the trials and tribulations is that you learn from them. And instantly, I ain't even go call my homie or nothing like that. I told myself, like, bro, you got to do something. And I know right now, if you're going through whatever you're going through, if money is tight, work is hard, school is hard, whatever dumb decision you're about to make, bro, don't make it. Don't do anything irrational. Just keep a straight head and pray. And if you're not real religious, just think about all the little things that you have in your life. Because, I was about to change my life for the rest of my life, doing something dumb for a little bit more money. And even this one, I work with this one guy, right? And, he bought his own car. He don't go to school. He saved up mad money over the summer and through the time. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to school. I'm trying to do the right thing, and I don't have any money right now. My bank account is negative. He got all of this money. He just bought his car, and I'm sitting there like, yo, what am I doing wrong by doing the right thing? Like, am I really doing the right thing? I don't have money. I can't take care of nobody. I barely feed myself. Like, I have to depend on other people, right? So, but then I thought about it. I was like, yo, keep on doing what you're doing. There's something in my head that just kept telling me, keep on doing what you're doing. Because one day, the circumstance that you're in will turn you into the person that you are. Because like I said, what you are to be, you are now becoming. So the little circumstances, the little things that you're going through, even if you think they're big things, even if they're the most stressful thing in the world, listen, it's only gonna get worse from here on out. The situations you go through are gonna get harder because life gets harder as you grow up. So you gotta figure it out. So what I did was, okay, I looked at, when I was 4 hours away, I looked at my environment. I said, you know what? I can't make opportunities in an isolated area where I'm 4 hours from home. I don't have a car, don't have a job, don't have any money. So I said, you know what? I gotta change my environment. Boom, filled out the transfer application, the transfer schools to closer to home. The people I was with, I was out there with some people that, oh, let's go out, this, that, and the third. Then I get into something, I can't rely on those people. I can't ask those people for money or to help feed me. You know what I mean? And then, the last thing, you want to blame the environment, you want to blame the people, but I had to blame myself. I talked about it before. Blame yourself before you blame anybody else. So I had to figure out, what am I doing wrong? So I checked my habits. I'm taking naps. And the way I view it as life is a game, right? And the longer you wait, the longer you BS, there's somebody just sprinting ahead of you, just jumping ahead of you. So the more naps I took, there's somebody out there while I'm sleeping that's doing work, doing the same thing that I'm trying to do. I was waking up at 11, 12 o'clock. There's people out there that's waking up that much earlier to do more than I do. You know what I mean? So you got to check your habits. So from there, like I said, I changed my environment, changed the people I was hanging out with, and then, I had to change my sleep schedule. So what I do, I start waking up earlier, as I mentioned before. I start going to sleep earlier, because going to sleep at 4 o'clock, there's people waking up when I go to sleep. So just ask yourself, what is it exactly that's making my circumstances that much harder? Is it me? Is it my environment? Is it the people I'm around? You just gotta change your thought process, change your mentality, because like I said, life is what you make of it. Are you gonna become a product of your environment or a product of your past? Or are you gonna become a product of, who you wanna be in the future? You see what I'm saying? God just threw a bug at me, I had to do the swap, but that's real Floyd on the, but it's what you make of it. I've experienced a lot of things growing up. I didn't maybe go through a lot, but I seen my sisters go through it, my parents went through it. And as a kid, you just watch all of that. And maybe you don't learn from it at the time, but when God puts you in that situation, unconsciously your mind is like, all right, bro, you seen that. Now you know the right moves, you know the right decisions to make. Are you gonna make them, or are you gonna ignore them and go through what you wanna go through? So instead of brushing that advice off, actually start listening to it. Let it all intake and learn from it. Because, growing up right now, that's one of the best things I could tell you. Just, learn from everything. All your experiences, the people ahead of you, the people, you learn from the young people, the senior citizens, I got a nephew, I be learning from him sometimes. He be Googling Gaga in a way, and I be like, yeah, bro, I know. I start learning from him, but don't let your circumstances affect who you're gonna be tomorrow. Do what you gotta do, learn from your experiences, and do it the right way. You're gonna struggle. Life is about trials and tribulations. It's your boy, RP the Realist. Remember, thank God, count your blessings, and stay out.